America, wake up. We're talking about the Democratic Communist Party today. With Joe Biden, one of the leaders, Nancy Pelosi, another leader. There's probably many more. Have they betrayed America, committed treason, sold out America?
That a rising China is a positive development, not only for the people of China, but for the United States and the world as a whole. A rising China will fuel economic growth and prosperity, and it will bring to the fore a new partner with whom we can meet global challenges together. When President Obama and I took office in January of 2009, we made our relationship with China a top
You mean the CCP?
Country who are celebrating, and I suspect they're probably also popping the corks in places like Beijing, as you said. I'm going to be talking a bit more about the foreign policy implications of this a bit later on in the show, but I just think that everybody needs to be very concerned about this because, remember, Joe Biden is absolutely the candidate of Beijing and the Chinese Communist Party. I don't know how many people out there saw what the Chinese yuan, their currency, did during those few hours when it looked like Donald Trump was going to win a second term. It fell off a cliff. They knew that another term of Trump would be terrible for their economy. And now Trump's wolf warrior diplomats are all out on Twitter right now, teasing America about Trump losing and all of that. So they are very much looking forward to a weak and feckless Biden administration. So they are very much looking forward to a weak and feckless Biden administration. So they are very much looking forward to a weak and feckless Biden administration.
They were celebrating on Twitter today, the Chinese biggest daily newspaper, state-owned obviously, the propaganda arm of the CCP. They were mocking Donald Trump and laughing at the election results. So they're not hiding their joy. They've got good reason to be happy. Trump has been very tough with China.
Well, and you know what it is, Rita, is that, you know, the left, the Biden campaign, they're the descendants of the Obama administration, which, of course, wanted to fundamentally transform America, in Barack Obama's famous words. Well, I think Joe Biden wants to, and I think the Chinese Communist Party wants to. So, you know, all those supporters out there who were so concerned about Donald Trump being some sort of agent of the Russian state for the 4 years of his presidency actually would have something to worry about if they maybe didn't care so much about that. But it is fascinating. We saw out on the streets today in New York when CNN made the call, because I don't know, I must have missed the memo where now in the Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution, CNN now certifies elections.
Exactly.
That people start whooping and cheering, and we've seen people marching down the streets. They're being peaceful this time because they don't have anything to be disappointed about.
No, I'm sure we were warned that Trump's militant supporters were going to be rioting, looting, burning down buildings. I mean, surely they're out there right now causing havoc.
I don't know what he's going to say. Biden, Z, Wang. Biden's son. Please note when I say Biden here, I mean Joe Biden's son, Hunter. He signed a secret deal. The prepayment is $1 million. Just for signing the agreement, it's like a chip. And the whole deal was worth $4.5 billion. $4.5 billion of benefit. This is Hunter Biden's involvement. It is said that another copy has been sent to Nancy Pelosi. It is said that one has been sent to Nancy Pelosi. They gave it to Pelosi as their purpose is to...
The hard drive.
To show her, we have the servers. We have the servers. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Beijing telling Nancy, you must do whatever it takes to win this election, otherwise you're in trouble.
Rigged election.
However, when the hard drives reached the DOJ, those who are pro-Biden took it under custody. But this plan is to control not only the 1.4 billion Chinese people, also the United Nations and the United States, the U.S. president, any future presidents, from now on and many years after. All shall be under the Communist Chinese People's Republic. Also, including Bloomberg's involvement. Bloomberg is also in these hard drives.
Wang Xin, the illegitimate daughter of Wang Qishan, the vice chairman of China, is the bridge for the CCP to bribe Democratic politicians, namely Hunter Biden. Wang Xin is a major shareholder of the BHR Equity Investment Fund Management Corporation, which went public in 2012 with a market value of $1 billion American dollars. Hunter Biden lent the BHR $420,000 American dollars and possessed 10% of its stock. Without paying a dime, Hunter Biden gained a net worth of $650 million American dollars at the net increase in stock value after the corporation went public. Why would the CCP give away such a big amount of money to Biden? Well, it turns out that the BHR is the shareholder of China General Nuclear Power Corporation, known as CGN, and EPIC Automotive Systems Holding Corporation. Those two companies had a long history of espionage and stealing American military technologies by cooperating with the American companies, using the technology that were stolen from American companies. There's solid evidence showing that the CCP and the Democratic politicians like Biden have long worked together, exploiting from both American banks using the technology that were stolen from American companies. There's solid evidence showing that the CCP and the Democratic politicians like Biden have long worked together, exploiting from both American.
It went to Hunter Biden. It was Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden's.
Is it the first thing you think about when you wake up, the last thing you think about when you go to bed?
No, it really isn't. And the reason is because I know where I stand with my dad. I know where I stand with my family. Being the subject of Donald Trump's ire is a feather in my cap. It's not something that I go to bed nervous about at night at all.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our administration, the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our administration, the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together, and you guys did it for our administration, the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.